now in Amsterdam during the day, and I know Ma Bear loves architecture. How do you feel right now that you can see all the buildings in its full glory during the daytime?
This is absolutely breathtaking. It is super, super beautiful in the daytime. Like, not only was it beautiful at night, just because they do a really good job of lighting up all these buildings at night. So it looks beautiful already, but in the daytime, you can see every single detail, and I'm just blown away right now. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm here. I forget that anyone else is even here because I'm just in awe of all this architectural beauty. It's gorgeous. Like right now, I feel bad that you guys just have to stare at this. So I want to do like a slide.
Stare at this?
No, behind here. Well,
okay.
And this. So
beautiful.
we're gonna do like a slight little like 360. So you're gonna follow me, okay?
All right.
And what I've noticed that I absolutely love about.
Are you gonna have eyes on the back of your head and talk about the buildings behind you?
No, I'm gonna talk about all of them.
Okay, fine.
So what I think is really beautiful is what you guys first saw, where it was the canal, and those were the buildings behind me, the first time, right?
Like these ones.
Yes. So
Okay.
these right here is what I think is absolutely gorgeous because they're pretty simple. They're pretty straightforward. However, they all have like this really unique style to each and every single one of these buildings. They have like this like spirit, this soul. Like by looking at it, like there's a dark brown one, and there's a tan one. There's like a forest green one, beige. Like some are multicolored. Like they just have this personality to them. Like I feel like I can name every single one of these buildings. Like that's Edric.
Juniper.
Juniper, Edric. That is Sloth. I don't even know where these names are coming from.
I don't know. I'm just making up
But
names.
it just makes sense. And it's just beautiful. And then it's right next to the canal. And you guys haven't seen it yet, but last night we saw a bunch of like boat houses. I can't wait to show you those. You can't really see any here because it's more of like a harbor type of thing here. But it is. I can't even speak English because I'm just staring at everything.
You know, when I first came to Amsterdam,
Yeah.
I thought it looked like Toontown because of how skinny the bases were and how tall all the buildings were and how colorful everything was. And I'm like, holy shit, this is like a real life medieval Toontown.
Yeah.
And we learned yesterday the reason that it's the way it is because back then they didn't tax how big buildings were based off height. They taxed it based off width. So everyone built upwards. So it was such a cool explanation as to why there's like a real life Toontown. And that house says mom on it.
It does.
What in the world? That's a mom house. Any other buildings around here that you really like, Mama?
Everything. Like I like that one. And
what do you
then,
like about that one?
Speaking of Disneyland theme park attractions.
What do you mean speaking of Disneyland? What are we talking about Disneyland?
You said Toontown. That's in Disneyland.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hello. Hey.
Paris.
Paris. The U.S. Los Angeles.
Hey.
Good.
Bye. Have a good day.
We don't know who they are. But yeah, you were just speaking of Disneyland, and you actually pointed this out early. I don't know if you caught yourself. But while we were walking over here, you stopped us and you're like, I know what this reminds me of. This reminds me of The Small World. Do you remember telling me that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that I look at it,
But I didn't know that you paid attention to what I said, so I was like, wow, that's amazing.
When you talk about Disney, I listen.
Okay, fine.
When you talk about everything else, I might not be there. But I try, okay? I try really hard to pay attention to you. But I see it now and I'm like, it totally does look like it. Because then up there is, they have the two towers, and then up there is once it hits like 12 or something, then all the little characters come out.
Come out, yeah.
Yeah, and they start dancing. So it looks similar. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can see a resemblance.
Yeah, ever since I went to Disneyland, I always felt like The Small World has a very Dutch influence, and now I can see the influence in the buildings. Like it's very, a lot of their buildings are very tall and skinny, and it has this very symmetrical and old school feel, and I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is gorgeous, and we've just barely touched upon Amsterdam. Like we haven't moved. Look at that green one over there. Look at that one.
That one is like,
oh my god, that is
fucking
beautiful.
sick ass. That's like a matte green Lambo equivalent of a building.
Look at the Victoria Hotel. Look at the roof on it, and look at the roof on all the other ones. It's so different and so unique to the building. That's one thing I miss about architectural design now. It seems like back in the day they had like this pride. Like they were so artistic and so creative and so prideful in their work, and it showed like up here. And I'm also sure that like the king and shit commissioned them or whatever to do it, but now it's just so plain, so efficient, so soulless, so lifeless that I'm just like, I kind of miss that style.
So this is literally like Toontown. All the buildings are stacked super high with goofy ceilings, and it almost feels like it's leaning forward. Do you see that? What are you doing, you
Take
silly?
a picture.
Oh.
It does look like it's leaning forward.
Doesn't it look like a real life Toontown?
Yeah, I think what makes it look like it's leaning forward are those little like curtain things, like an awning above the green thing. But no, it's gorgeous. It's kind of surreal, like how beautiful it is out here. And then the weather feels really crisp and it's a little bit more on the dry side because last night it was just raining. But everything. It's quiet. It's calm. It's peaceful.
It also could be just quiet and peaceful because
it's 8 a.m.
It's 8 a.m. and the night ended like crazy.
True.
So last night, we went to go see one of the sex shows.
That was my god, we got to tell them about this
in the red light district.
Well, wait. So before you even move on, the sex show I thought was gonna be something like
the Thailand one.
No, I thought it was gonna be more like sensual, like kind of giving you innuendos and kind of hinting towards about to have intercourse.
Like softcore erotica.
Yeah, like something like a Cirque du Soleil show, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then we walk in and the first thing we do is we see this girl naked, center stage.
She was hot though.
She looked like a man. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Oh, that girl. Yeah. That one was kind of manly.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
I was talking about act number 2 when the girl comes out and she had like a really tight body, really ugly. And the guy had a 12-inch dick.
Well, hold on. I'm barely getting to it and you're like jumping on these steps.
I'm just getting excited.
And then so she's center stage.
Can we stop right here and just pause real quick?
Yeah.
So this is what I feel like Amsterdam is really about, is the main streets are cool and you get to see all the big buildings for all its glory, but the really cozy and quaint feeling that I love about Amsterdam are these little streets. What? Okay. Are these little streets and these alleyways, and then it's bisected, geometry term here. Yeah. Geometry term, bisected by these canals. So there's just so much going on in the city that it's kind of hard to take it all in. And this is my second time and it's still just as beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
How do you feel about all these skinny streets and bisecting canals?
I feel like I'm a broken record. Like it's gorgeous. It's surreal. It looks like they just made this just to attract tourism, and once the tourists leave, then they take off the front, and then it's all fucked up looking. Like it's just too perfect.
I wish.
Like, look at the statue thing in the middle of there.
In the middle of there?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, the side of the building?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. You got sniper eyes.
Oh man, it's so beautiful.
You know, we do have something kind of similar in LA, the Venice canals.
I wouldn't even say it's similar. Not even
Fine.
close.
Did I
Ours
just
is
insult
piece
a
of
Dutch
shit.
mother?
Totally. The only similarity is that there's a canal and there's water. But even this one.
And there's bicycles.
Barely. I wouldn't even know. This is like, look at how many bikes. You could barely see past or like through the bicycles because there's so many layers of bikes stacked up on top of each other.
That's true. So back to the sex story.
Right. So we walk in and there's this girl center stage sitting on a chair, legs fully spread open, and she's like sticking a vibrator in her freaking vagina hole. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that act ends. Now moving into act 2, which you already briefly touched upon. This guy and girl, they come up on like this rotating bed thing.
Yeah.
And then she's just like giving him a blowjob, and he has like the biggest cock I've ever seen.
I've ever seen too.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's bigger than any cock I've ever even seen at Wee Spa.
Fine.
And I've seen some big dicks.
Right, but yeah, so that's kind of what we experienced yesterday, and that was also an experience to remember, that's for damn sure.
And then on the outskirts of the red light district, we saw some prostitutes, and prostitution is legal here, which I think is really cool because they decriminalize it. Everyone is forced to have weekly checkups for STDs.
Ooh, it's safe.
So it's very professional and safe. And we saw like the most busted prostitutes, and I'm like, ugh, I would never get one of these guys
Well,
here.
we went down the wrong street, little did we know.
Yeah, not guys, but then I would never get these girls. And then we go on this other street, and we see like the hottest supermodel looking ones ever.
Yes, I was just like, oh my god. And unfortunately we couldn't film because so they're kind of like on storefronts like this. If you pan over, they're kind of on storefronts. They're like little slivers of window, red lights, hence the red light district. and they're like there and they're tapping, and they look like real life Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
That you're looking at behind this glass.
Like supermodels.
And right outside, like on the street where we're walking at, then you just see these guys that you can clearly tell are bouncers, and it's advertised everywhere. You can't have photos.
How come there are Chinese people wherever we go? I'm sorry, Marber, but we cannot escape.
You keep interrupting. I don't know. I mean, hey, your people are everywhere. That's good. I'd be proud if I were you. They're coming up, but each one of these has a face. Now it's tripping me out.
There's faces on the toes? What the fuck? That's like annoying orange, but on feet.
Oh, I get it. No, I get, these are the pressure points.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the sex story.
Yeah, so these bouncers, so we can't film anything because you were told that if they catch you, then they can confiscate your phone. And then there's a real life cat.
What?
I talked to myself in a restaurant. Hi, buddy.
He looks nice and warm in there.
Beautiful kitty.
Are we in Chinatown? Because right behind you is like some kung fu studio or something.
Look at those trees, though.
Wow, just trees on the windows?
I love this.
Wait, is this the red light tree district?
They have a cat in the
Bikini.
I belong here. Guys, I think we're gonna
move.
Yeah, I think we're gonna shut a couple channels down and we're gonna move out here. Because this is gorgeous. I think this might not be Chinatown. This is Asia Town because they have Thai food, Japanese food, Chinese acupuncture. This person.
So
with the
this is literally what we would see. We would walk by a window and we'd see like the hottest girl in the world with like a red light, and then she would just be tapping and asking us if we want to come in.
And she was gorgeous. I wouldn't blame anyone. I wouldn't even be mad at Bart if he was walking on with the.
What? So you're telling me?
Can I finish my sentence?
You're telling me?
Can I finish my sentence?
You're telling me if I go to red light district right now, you wouldn't get mad at me?
No. I wasn't even gonna say that.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
You interrupted me. You premature ejaculated.
Okay, fine.
So what I was gonna say is I wouldn't be mad at Bart if he was walking around in that area with the biggest boner ever.
Oh.
Fine.
So of course.
Look at it. Does that make you feel like home?
What in the world? This place is crazy. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding.
Yeah. And then we got home, and I was very sexually frustrated because I saw a sex show, saw 5 of like the hottest girls ever.
Yeah.
And I told Ma Bear that I was horny, but then we were just both really tired, so nothing really happened.
Oh, this is a glimpse of what happens at night. Pan the camera over. Santa lost his outfit.
Damn, even Santa gets hella turned here.
One of the elves.
Holy shit.
Some shit went down. Someone got turned. That's what happens in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Santa comes and parties out here.
So yeah, I got hella sexually frustrated yesterday, and I couldn't release. But now we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna keep exploring.
And you're still not gonna release.
You know what's pretty awesome right now?
What?
Because we're traveling at like 8 a.m. in the morning, we kind of have the city to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We barely see anyone because all of these streets are usually fully crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's barely 9. It's 9:15.
All right, so we're in the red light district now. We just wanted to check it out, and filming here during the night, I would have probably got my ass kicked by some Dutch bodyguards and thrown in the canal. But now it's during the day. I think we get to just kind of take a little peep through, and we can see.
I didn't even recognize.
Yeah, we could see actually what one of the offices look like.
Yeah, so first of all, you see we weren't lying because it says no pictures.
Yes.
But the girl will be standing here.
Yeah.
And then she's just like tapping and stuff. And then if you guys communicate properly, then she'll open the door and then she'll
What does communicate properly mean?
like the
Wink, wink. Oh,
and then you
yeah.
go and then you go yeah, and then she's like,
If you were if you worked at the red light district, how would you attract me if I'm walking by?
you?
Yeah.
Well,
All
'cause I
right.
know
So
you're-
I'm just walking by. I'm just a normal guy in the red light district because all the guys are normal.
Yeah.
I look over to you.
Yeah. I'd be like, you know me, it's Mama Bear.
What? That's supposed to turn me on? That's supposed to turn
And
me
you'd be
on.
like, Mama Bear.
When the girl next
And
door
then-
is like flashing her titties
They
and the
don't
girl
flash
over
those.
here is bending over.
You're giving wrong information. They don't do that.
They
They're actually
don't?
very classy.
But they look
the only thing
fucking
they do
hot.
is they go like this, but they're not fully. They're just in lingerie.
So by you acting like a bear, you're gonna
Yeah, because we're gonna
outperform.
connect, because we're soulmates.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I start coming over here.
Yeah.
How much are you?
And then I go, and then you're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna go, Papa Bear. And you're gonna say, yeah. And I'm like, And then we just go in and we're just
And you take me into
fuck
this
like
room.
bears.
Okay, walk me through. What do you do? You take me into this
I don't know.
room.
I'm still taking this room in, to be honest with you. Maybe I feel like that mirror in there is where the bouncer walks in, and then they have an alarm button, so that's safe just in case it gets a little too crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the solutions 1 and 2 are for. This just looks crazy on the inside. There's this like sink in there, I think, to just wash your hands and wash off.
Yeah. I've never been to a whorehouse before, but my friends that have, they tell me when you go in, the first thing that the prostitutes do is rinse you off and wash your entire body because they want to go to town on you, but they don't know each person's hygiene.
Yeah.
So it's pretty normal for them to wash you off so that you're
Yeah.
nice and clean.
Yeah.
And then they go in and they give you the time of your lives.
Hopefully. I mean, that's what you're paying for, so hopefully it's the time of your life.
Would you ever, because I know you talked about it before, but would you ever entertain a lesbian sexual experience with like one of these super hot supermodels?
Maybe. I mean, I think the conditions have to be perfect. Like, she has to be like Angelina at her prime. Like, Angelina now is getting older and she's still beautiful, but in her prime, she just looked like this like sex goddess vixen. And I've never felt any way about a girl, but she made me feel once like a type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Down got something now
So-
again, huh?
Yeah, so I think the girl has to be like fucking stupendous. Like, she has to be like next level.
Damn, bitch, you stupendous?
Huh?
You said stupendous.
Oh, did you call me bitch?
No, I'm just saying, like, you said stupendous.
Oh.
So I imagine you standing there just looking
Oh,
at all
like,
the girls that
damn,
walk
bitch.
by and you're like, damn, girl, you stupendous.
Yeah, like, she has to be like above everyone else. I don't know. Like, she's got to have a rack. She's got to have a booty. She's got to have a beautiful face, long black hair, blue eyes. I think I've thought about it a little bit, and I think I'm.
It seems very specific.
Yeah, I love the blue hair, dark hair.
The blue hair, black eyes?
Blue eyes,
Like a
dark
Smurf.
hair mix. Yeah, I think that's like my favorite for females.
We are in the heart of the red light district now, and this was the show that we went to go see yesterday, the
Yeah.
Casa Rosso, except we were on the other side where the entrance and auditorium is. Doesn't it look and feel way different in the morning?
Way different. Like, you can tell we're not making it up because look at rooms for rent, ruse, right? And like, there's all this sex. And I'm so proud of Amsterdam citizens because this place looks really clean.
Especially for like a red
It
light
was
district
so
naughty area.
packed. It was so packed, but even when they're highly intoxicated, it's still very clean. I'm
I
proud
could
of
have
you guys.
sworn I saw the most thirstiest guys ever. I would see guys walking around and they might as well be foaming at the mouth because they were just looking at like hot girls.
Yeah.
And even though I'm married, I almost couldn't contain myself.
You know what's crazy though is
What?
that I don't see them as thirsty in a different country, because sex or at least sex in different countries, they're a lot more liberal with it.
Yeah.
So the fact that it made me feel more comfortable that they were staring, because it's like we all know that's what people want to do.
So why try to hide it?
Yeah. So when I see people hide it and try to like walk by and just be like, oh, and pretend like they don't like it, that's when it makes me uncomfortable, because I'm like, you're not being true to yourself, and what other bullshit are you hiding? But if they're staring and they're going like that in front of the girl, then I'm like, okay, cool, because I actually feel that too. So
So if I
good.
did that yesterday, you'd be cool with it?
If that's who you are, then yeah, I want
I
you to
think
be.
every guy is like that.
Well, then yeah, then be that way. Like, I mean, still control yourself. Like, don't like whip out your dick and start jacking off. But yeah, if you want to stare, go ahead. Like, you're not blind. Like, that'd be fucked up for me to be like, don't look. She's fucking hot.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So behind you is pretty much how packed the red light district is. You'll see like a girl here, a girl here, a girl here, a girl here. Every single window pane, it'd be just all girls going all the way down the street. All have red lights everywhere. And some of them, it'll even be girls all the way up there and red lights all the way up there. They kind of repurposed Toontown a little bit to be a sex town.
10 o'clock a.m.
Yeah.
And I love that the whole city is alarmed and given a heads up of the time. So I feel like everyone just gets on the exact same program. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it. It's like a community. We're not used to this in LA. I've never heard, I mean, unless you're living next to a church, but other than that,
You know who else does this though?
who?
Disneyland.
We're not in Disneyland. We're not in Disneyland.
This honestly, I think is the adult Disneyland though, because you have super hot girls, super yummy food, and for those people that want to smoke weed, you can smoke weed legally here. Hence, also
Hash marijuana.
this little cart. Yesterday, everywhere we were walking, we smelled weed everywhere. We didn't smoke, but it's just pretty much anything and everything that people like to do, drink, party. You can do it here. No one's gonna judge you, and it's actually highly accepted. And they're still on time.
Can I tell them a secret?
What's the secret potato?
So we have smoked in the past.
Yes.
We have smoked a lot of weed, but we actually stopped smoking maybe like a few years back, just because we're prepping to have a baby bear. When that's gonna happen? When that's gonna happen, we don't know. But that's the reason why we decided not to smoke and drink on this trip. So it's pure, sober, clean funds.
You know, I actually haven't smoked for a long, long time, probably over 10 years. And I think for me, it's just because
No, we smoked together like in Vegas like a few years back. What are you talking about?
we did.
Yeah, and then when we got married, what are you talking
Oh,
about?
okay, so that's twice. So outside of that, outside of high school,
Yeah.
which is over 10 years,
Yeah.
I haven't smoked. And I think because I'm just so high on life, I really enjoy the life that I have
Yeah.
with you, Mob Bear, that I haven't really smoked. So
Yeah.
even though I came here and I know this is a place to smoke, I never really had the urge, like, I gotta get fucked up, because I really enjoy my life.
Yeah.
The one time with the wedding is because everyone just kind of smoked, so it was
Yeah.
just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, same thing with
And
Vegas.
then also with Vegas, I never really smoked with like a lot of the other friends that we went with. So I was like, oh fuck it, let's just do it for one time, shits and giggles. But both times kind of confirmed to me that's not really for me anymore. And I think I kind of grew past it. So this time we didn't even smoke at all.
I do want to check out the cafe just because I know it's an experience. Like where?
The coffee shop, you mean?
Oh, sorry, coffee shop. Other than that, yeah, I already fucked up. Other than Amsterdam, I don't know another place. I mean, that's legal and
highly accepted and
highly
integrated
accepted
into the culture.
and highly integrated in the culture, where I can go into a cafe and sit down and order weed off of a menu. Like that's cool.
Let's do it.
Paw Bear, I gotta show you something.
What?
So this is how important the biking culture, or how big the biking culture is in Amsterdam. Check this out. I just saw this. On these steps, they have a special railing for you to bring your bike down.
That's fucking sick.
How thoughtful, right? Because
Yeah.
it's so hard to bring your bike down steps, even though it's not very many steps and it's manageable. The city was like, you know what? Let's hook our people up. Let's give them a little rail so that they can bring their bike down like this.
That's fucking sick. You know, one thing that we heard yesterday too was the biking culture here is so big that one, there's 2 bikes to every person in the city, and then 2, they pull out 15,000 bikes out of the canal a year.
Yeah, and the
That's
reason why
freaking
there's
crazy.
2 bikes per person in the city is because they steal a lot of bikes.
I've never seen you get that small in my entire
I
life.
became a turtle.
Ooh.